Alright, hey guys, my name is Christian. For my 112 turn project, I created Super Mario. It has extra features, which you'll see in a minute here. Yeah, the game has 2 worlds. It has a victory level, and there is boss fights, including Bowser. So let's. The game was made using Pygame. So I had to cut out the sprites from sprites to the internet myself. So most everything in the game is not drawn by me, but was painstakingly extracted from sprite sheets. So there's that. Alright, here's the game. So when you load the game, there's a initial menu. There is a start game, resume game, how to play, and then the quit, which just quits the game. So let's figure out how to play. You use the left and right arrow keys to move, space to jump, you have to jump on enemies, and that's how you play Mario. So if you go to resume, you'll see that there are no save games, and there's no high score because no one has played yet. So let's play a game. Hit start, and we can see that there are 4 different characters to choose from. I'll play Luigi. Alright. So you load into the game, you control it with the arrow keys and the space bar to jump. You can see in the top left hand corner of the screen that once your score surpasses the high score of the game, it lets you know. And yeah. So when you jump in the blocks, coins or whatever power-ups will come out. If you hit a block with a mushroom, you'll get to be super and be able to break bricks. Also, if you are super and you run into a Goomba or other thing, you simply lose your superpower and the Goomba dies, or the enemy dies. Also, there are 1-ups, and if you get a 1-up, you obviously gain a life. There are power-ups such as invincibility, which will prevent you from dying. It will also prevent you from falling off of the map by saving you, by picking you up. You can also save the game by pressing escape, and it'll take you to a pause screen where you can resume, quit, or save. Quitting the game just takes you to the main menu, but let's save the game. So you have 3 save files that are available, and the game remembers which save file you saved to. So let's save to the second save file. And there, we have Luigi in level 1, world 1. So now we can go and we can quit the game, and if we want to start back, we resume the game, and there is Luigi in world 1, level 1, and we have the same amount of lives we started off with. Our score resets because we exited the game, but our lives are preserved. Alright, so I've loaded some levels up here into the resume with Luigi on level 3. So you can see you load into the game. I loaded him with 6 lives because I'm not very good at this game. So yeah, you just run through the level, and then levels 3 end in a level with Bowser's Castle, so that you can move on to the Bowser level. Yeah, so I skipped to the end of the level, and as you can see, here's Bowser's Castle, and then you walk up to his door, and the level's complete. And you spawn in the castle. And the music changes, there are flares, there are like spikes on the ground which come out of these blocks, and there's basically just like tons of stuff you can die with in Bowser's Castle. So let's get to Bowser. And here you can see that Bowser is shooting fireballs at you, just like in the game. It's pretty easy to kill him actually once you get to him, but you just get to him and then he falls down and you've won the level. But you know, as usual, your princess is not in that castle, so you have to continue your journey onto world 2. So now in the saves, I have only 1 save file that I created, and there are no high scores. So let's open it up. I've set a score to like 14,000 something just to demo the stats page that you're given after you complete the game, and to show that after you win or save your game, a score is recorded. So I'm going to go ahead and save my game here, and I'll just save it to the same place I had it before. And then I'll resume and go back again. Or I'll show you, yeah, see, now there's a high score. So when you win the game, you are given a custom screen depending on what character you're playing that is a victory screen, as well as a stats page to explain your score. So I scored 15,000 points since my score went up from last time because the score was hard-coded in to just show. But I could have killed, all of these sprites to receive this many points. Also, of course, when you lose all your lives, you have to, it's game over. Since this game was arguably hard for some people, and I'm not really sure why, people who are bad at Mario apparently, there is an option to restart the game on the level you were on, and you pay 3,000 points. Normally when you would have the points collected in game, 3,000 is a pretty high amount, but because I artificially set my score to ridiculously high, I can afford to pay it. So I press R and the game starts over again, and I have 3,000 points less than I had before. Now there are a few hidden things in the game which you may not otherwise know if they're not pointed out, since or look at the code. So in the how to play screen, if you look very carefully above Yoshi's head, right next to his hat, it actually says to press enter for an Easter egg. So I'm gonna press enter real quick. And so there's some other Nintendo characters with a song, which is arguably pretty funny. And there's also a cheat code in the game, so I'll just start this game as Yoshi. I'll just jump up here, and the score is still hard-coded because I haven't changed it, but that doesn't really matter. If you type in the word Konami into the game, the music changes to the invincibility music, and you're able to no-clip, and you have God mode. So you can just run through any unit you want, and he will die, they will die, and you can pretty much no-clip around the map, but you cannot go off-screen, so that you can't break the game that way. And when you want to turn no-clip off, you press the tilde, and if you look at the console below, the game will not let you no-clip in invalid locations. You can only no-clip when you're not actually colliding into something that you would normally collide into. So, there you go. And then you are set back to clipping, and you can die from going off screen or being touched by Goomba again. So there's that. Alright, so now that you've seen how the game works, I'm just going to talk about the actual code. One of the hardest things to do in this game was probably to animate all the sprites and handle their behaviors and collisions. So looking at the sprite information, there's a lot of logic and conditions that sprites have to meet in order to move as they do. Super Mario was implemented, but due to bugs and stuff, I took it out. But the code is still there, and the source code will be made available eventually. So if you do want to download this, you can uncomment that out, and it'll work. Besides that, there is an overall object that controls all of the sprites, and then all of the sprites have their own update behavior, which controls what they do. So, for instance, if you're trying to code a Goomba's behavior, this is what you would do. The Goomba has all kinds of inherent values, and which control how it behaves. So this basically moves it, and the flags let the game know that the Goomba is set to die, and should be replaced with the image of a death for Goomba. Besides that, the actual game was all about updating sprites and detecting collisions, which is all done in the main loop of the game code down here. So this deals with Bowser and all the other creatures in the game. And then of course here is the function for Mario to have super powers, but it's been commented out due to bugs. Thanks for watching, and hope you have fun playing the game.